Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market has been open, and real quick, what do I mean by live? Come on, stay above 1030. Don't do it. Don't do it here. Come on. I'm watching Tesla 1036, but I'd like to be able to bounce. If it bounces from here, I like this setup a whole lot, but I might get left in the dust here. But when I say live, what I mean is that I am literally recording myself right now, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary where I'm explaining what's already happened. I don't know what's coming next. So if you just want a raw, unscripted, nitty gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. A unique situation here, which is backfiring on me right now because I was, I'm off to a, not a great start, but not a terrible start. I'm down in total $116 right now, and I really like this setup right here. But as you see, as I'm talking, doing the introduction, the setup's not really cooperating. It might leave me in the dust. However, maybe I can get some sort of bounce back up here and then have the price come back down, okay? Because I don't want to take it there because of this very reason right now. It just felt too stretched at that point. But if this thing can bounce back up, then I do like this general 1036 area as potential short, but I'm also liking a couple other setups that have formed on mRNA and NVAX that I'm watching off screen. But if I do my job right here, the educational lesson will be the importance of taking losses on DWAC, which I'll go through later to add some more context here. But when you take small losses, you give yourself a chance to get back into the green. And with these setups that I'm seeing form right now, of course, nothing's guaranteed. This whole video, maybe I get more in the red, which is a very real possibility too. I'd like to think that the odds are in my favor that doesn't happen because I'm playing quality setups. But point here being is that I want to just show the importance of managing risk, of just cutting losses. Because while it's not the funnest thing, it is a very, very important thing. Okay, there we go. So Tesla, that's exactly why I didn't want to take where I did. I was worried about this very same situation happening right here with the price bouncing upwards. Now, I'm still bearish on it. And if I do trade it, it will be with options as I did the first time. But as of now, we'll have to see if this thing wants to come back down. Have a well-defined resistance area now to use as a guide. But NVAX, mRNA is still looking pretty interesting here. Okay, well, I will go ahead and pause for now because I'm not sure how long these setups will take to play out, if they even play out. So I don't know, maybe the learning lesson is just going to be, hey, you know what? You could be seeing several really good setups, but maybe the setups never trigger. And maybe that'll be the learning lesson here. But, okay, maybe dropping down. Okay, I will go ahead and pause. So coming down here, I'd like to try to get in at 21 as a more of a speculation type situation. There we go, in at 21. And I didn't get total confirmation, but that allowed me to get a little bit better entry point. And if it does bounce, because I only have one contract, my risk is going to be much more managed. But let's see if this thing does ultimately want to break down through 1036 and then 1035. And I may look to add in another contract if this does come back down. But yeah, right now 1036 is certainly going to be the main area that will need to be broken. But as of now, not looking so good. Again, watching 1036. And at this point, I will look to add. If this thing, add another contract, if it wants to come back down. But I got to see 1036 if I am going to add in another contract. So it's just a question right now of, does this thing want to continue on with this trend here, or doesn't it? So I'm watching 1036 very closely. All right, well, I will go ahead and, well, never mind, starting to move up. Okay, watching 10 for 1036. Watching for 1036. Yep, 1036, that area. Definitely stubborn right now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, maybe 1036 coming into play here. Just alerted the 1036 mark because this is just becoming that much more intriguing. Okay, there we are. Missed it. Missed the ad, that is, but let's see if we can get some more movement to the downside. Well, I tried to scalp out there, but I was not quick enough. Well, let's give this thing another chance to come back down. All right, out there. I don't want to let all my gains evaporate on me. So after that, 51. Shame is, had I been quick enough to add, that would have been a little bit better of a trade. But that's the problem with only having one contract. You can't really mitigate out, and exactly for that reason. So, I mean, I played it right, got out. I was able to keep the gain, but it's just you don't have quite as much flexibility. But mRNA. Let's bring that over here to my stock screen. 184. I like a lot. 184. So 2. Yeah. 184. Yep. Okay. 184. I like. Let me get this alerted real quick. mRNA 184. Flush point. 1 minute. Okay, 184. Watching very, very closely. Although right now, actually makes the setup even more attractive if 184 now comes back into play. Oh, Tesla. Cheers to you. You fooled me. Okay, we may have another choice here at 186 to 188. Yeah, so I want to see this thing hit 187 and then come down to 186. So let's see it hit 187 first. DWAC still just getting... Ah, there goes Tesla. Yeah, but like I said, with the one contract, I didn't want to risk having that be a true bounce and then have my gains evaporate. Whereas if I had two contracts, I could have at least taken one off the table for a profit. On the bright side. So if you're wondering, hey, Clay, how does the chat room work? I mean, members, there it was, 1036. So alerted that, and it worked out very nicely. Yeah. All right, there we go. So now I like 186 here. If 186 can come into play, oh, Tesla's. Okay, in there at 186.22. Let's see if this thing wants to come back down. Or did I just get suckered in? We shall see. Again, in at 186.22. And Tesla just keeps dropping. Wow. So it's really just a question of does mRNA want to crack back down below 186? All right, I will go ahead and, well, I take that back. Am I about to get stopped out here? Not looking so good. I will say if the price does happen to come back down, I will look to add more at 186 if the price comes back down. Right now things are not looking so good for me though. Not looking so good, not looking so good. Got to get out. All right, well, that was a 191 loss. So back down to being down 242. So close to green, but not quite. I am very curious about Tesla here. Yeah, this 1027-ish mark. Huge mark. All right, I will go ahead and pause. All right, I'm looking to pick up a put here at 2050. as this thing bounces. So I need Tesla to come up a bit more if I'm going to have a chance of getting filled at 2050. But I'm thinking this is more of a dead cat bounce than anything. But again, in order for me to get filled, Tesla's going to probably need to come up to at least 1038, if not even a little bit higher than that. Now it's coming back down. So I'll keep you updated on if I get filled or not. All right, watching 185 here. In 185. Really like this setup. More so based on the 5-minute time frame. So I'll bring that over. This is where the main decision was coming from here. Let's see if we can get some more downside pressure. 185 was broken. Now it's just a question of can we get more continuation. Locking in some gains here. Still have 150 shares left. 100 shares left. All right, I'll take that. So back down $81 now. Oh, okay, Tesla. Tesla, don't do it without me. Yeah, 1027. Okay, yeah, it bounced that quick. So mRNA, nice trade there. Happy with it. Of course, yeah, it could have been a bit better had it really gotten moving, which I know it's got the potential of. It just didn't quite want to do it at that point in time. But 1029, going back to my option screen here. It's very interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, I have an order at 21 trying to play this, what I think might be some sort of fake breakdown. So it broke down. It just didn't break down enough for me to get filled. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make it 2 contracts at 2050. I'm just adjusting that down as I'm trying to yeah, like 1950. So 1950, let's see if it wants to come down and fill me for 2 contracts. I will keep you updated. All right, I have a bid at 22 on these 1020 calls. Getting close. All right, well, at this point, I'm going to go to 2150. So I'll go ahead and pause and I'll let you know if it looks like I have a chance of getting filled. Okay, maybe. Looking for a fast move down. All right, never mind for now. I'll pause. Okay, I have an order at 20.75. Am I going to get filled? Yes, I am. Looking for some sort of bouncer on Tesla. And potentially interested in picking up couple more contracts. Let's see what it wants to do. Okay, nice. So I just need somewhat of a bounce, nothing big. So got those out at 20.50, those out at 20.85, which on that trade equated to $170, which there you go, put me back into the green. And I should note this was all based on the 5 minute. So this is the 1 minute for those of you that are, did I hit record? Please tell me I hit record. Oh, I'm recording. Okay. So what I'm using to track is the 1 minute, but the decision was not made on the 1 minute. The decision was coming via the 5 minute there. So, you know, bought around that support, dropped down. It just way too overextended, which is why I picked up another couple of contracts there, and then scaled out on the way back up. But you also have to respect the fact that, you know, there is a lot of downwards pressure. And I respect, you know, when I say respect that fact, that was via the aggressive nature of the profit taking. So there we go. Got myself into the green, but I want to go back to what I alluded to at the beginning, and what I would argue is really the true lesson here. And it's a lesson I've done before, but it's a lesson that can never be taught too much. But my first trade was on DW. In fact, let's go back up to that. DWAC, bought it in the pre-market at 927 at, well, let's just call it $92, because it was looking like, based on the pre-market formation, that this thing was going to want to, you know, get moving to the upside. So let's just go back to the beginning. So I got in at 92, and then my goal to get out was at 90. So there's the next lesson is that's what happens when you have very volatile stocks, low float stocks, whatever you want to call them, micro cap stocks. Yes, they can make you a whole lot of money, but wow, they can sure take it away quickly. Like I said, I went in, I wanted out at 90. So I was thinking, okay, I'll risk basically $200. I did not get out until 88.60, meaning that thing just shot so fast against me that by the time I could finally get out, it was over. In other words, I took $133 more loss than what I had planned. However, not pleasant at all. So I got out, let's just call it, you know, basically right there, right around that $88 mark. But had I not gotten out, look at that. I mean, we are talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars more. I mean, we're looking at how bad did it actually get? Yeah, I mean, look at that. So again, bought up here, as nasty as it was, had to finally get out at basically right here. So that was my loss. But had I gotten stubborn, had I not been disciplined, had I not just said, you know what, Clay, you were wrong, you got to get out friend. You're wrong. You got it wrong. But you know what? That's part of it. But had I not, the one thing I did do right, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm a great trader because, everybody makes mistakes. But the one thing I did right here is at least I put my ego in the closet and I said, you know what, ego? Yeah, sorry. You were wrong. Just get out. Had I not done that, look how bad that could have been. That could have been, so it was a $300 loss by me getting out at let's just call it 88. But you add in another $8. Well, at 100 shares, that's another $800 in losses. So that would put the total loss to right around, potentially, quite literally, over $1,200. And my point here is this: how was I able to get back to green? And maybe you're saying, Clay, you're terrible at trading. Like, you're terrible at trading. And that's fair, but you're kind of proving my point here that I'm trying to illustrate is even if, Clay, that was terrible trading. You don't know what you're doing. You're the worst trader ever. Yet I still got back to green. How was that possible for a terrible trader, quote unquote, to get back to green? It was because I didn't let this minus 333 loss turn into a potential minus, let's just call it $1,200 loss, right? And I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but this is the power of risk management. You can be a terrible trader and climb out of a 333 hole. You know what? That's going to be a much more difficult hole to climb out of, but it was all done via the fact of, you know what? Just admit you're wrong. Put the ego aside. Nobody wants to admit that they're wrong, especially if it means that you're losing money. But you got to remember, you can lose a whole lot more money if you're not disciplined, and that's what happened here. So in hindsight, I'm very grateful to be in the green, but the only reason why that was possible was because I cut the loss, and I'm not perfect at that. I don't think anybody's ever perfect at that. But and I'm not even asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to consider what I have to say. But I would ask for you to go and find somebody that you would say, yeah, they understand trading. I trust their opinion on trading, and then ask them, say, are cutting losses, is managing risk, is managing the downside, is that the most important thing in trading? And they're going to say, well, yeah, absolutely. They're going to say, anybody can win, right? You can just show up one day, open up your app, randomly buy a stock, and you can make money. Like, anybody can win. But if you want longevity, you got to be able to honor risk. And that's what I mean by it. This is a perfect example of it. Now, in many situations, to be fair, I could have gotten stopped out, then the thing could have bounced right back on. I would be saying, geez, that's what I get for honoring my stop loss. So yeah, that will happen. There's no doubt about that. But you got to remember, all it takes is one of these situations where you could have gotten out here, and then you end up getting out down somewhere around here, and that loss just explodes on you. And I'm not going to necessarily wreck your account. It could, but that could be a little dramatic too. So I'm not going to necessarily say it wrecks your account, but it can really set you back quite a bit and eliminate any chance at all that you're actually able to get back into the green. But I was able to here. So up $88 after commissions. I don't know. Let's call it $80, give or take a little bit. But overall, very happy with, climbing out of the $333 hole. And you saw it went up, down, got a little choppy. But ultimately, it was the Tesla options that kind of showed up to rescue the day here. And just give an idea here on Tesla, since you can see that. That's why I wanted to be aggressive, because got the bounce like I thought it would bounce, but I was not looking for some sort of massive bounce, just a scalpable bounce. And now I'm almost wondering, should I try again here? I think I will. So I'll pause just in case nothing happens. Maybe I'll wrap it up, but if this thing wants to break down below 1,000, I would be interested again. All right, and with the bounce there, never quite got down, one as low as 10.03. So I am going to go ahead and wrap things up. So if you're still here with me right now, thank you. As far as I'm concerned, we are friends, hanging out with me for this long. But hopefully you see that. And I, like I said, for those of you still here, obviously, just keep in mind, I realize that there's videos that I post where I'm making $500 in 10 minutes, such and such in 15 minutes, such and such in 5 minutes. But there are mornings like this where I've been at it for almost 90 minutes now, and I have $88. So just realize that not every single day is going to be like, oh, I show up, 10 minutes, boom, $500. I think I have one video, it's like $2,500 in 5 minutes, and those mornings happen. That's possible. But you got to remember that it's not every morning like that. And some mornings you're going to be in a dogfight like this, and you're just going to have to do what you can do, and just be grateful what the market's willing to give you. And in this situation, I'm glad that the market gave me $88, but I kind of also gave myself $88 by, once again, to bring it full circle by honoring that loss in the first place and not allowing that loss to spin out of control. But just remember, not every morning is going to be fast money. Not every morning, not every day is even going to be where you make money. So keep that in mind. But yeah, like I said, if you're still here right now, we are friends as far as I'm concerned. But before I go, if you enjoy these live videos, if you enjoy me kind of putting in practical lessons within these videos, then do two things for me. Hit that like button and then leave a comment below. Say lessons, say hi, let me know what you traded today. But hitting the like button, leaving a simple comment below tells me that you enjoy these live videos because they are super difficult to make. They're genuinely live, so I'm talking to you. I'm thinking for myself. I'm trying to manage my own trades. I'm trying to make alerts in the chat room. There's just a ton of stuff going on. So while they're very difficult, and that's why I don't make them every day, I will keep making them as long as I know that there's interest. So if you enjoy them, let me know that by hitting that like button and leaving a comment below. If you're interested in more about how I trade the markets, the tools I'm using, why those tools work, why those tools are so powerful in terms of building consistency, then I do offer a free online class that I'll talk about immediately after this video is over. So with that being said, if you're interested in learning more about that free class, stick around. I'm going to talk about that right now. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.